Day 36, back for another week, and the Euro-Japanese yen pair, it is getting away from us a bit. We were looking for the exact opposite of this, but this is what we got, $95 down now, and profit starts to seem unlikely once the 5-period moving average gets past your entry price. Hey ho, maybe there's some other trades out there waiting for us. Australian dollar, US dollar, a couple of days ago the RSI was down at 3.98. Now you couldn't get into that because you were filtered out by the 200 average. But if you had no regard for filtering, it looks like it would be a win. You'd be closing that down for about a 60 pip gain. Pretty nice. Euro Great British Pound goes into oversold territory. But again, it's that 200 period moving average keeping you out. We'll see how this one gets on. Same story on the Euro US dollar. RSI down at 1.45. Not a good day for the Euro. Struggling. Great British Pound Swiss franc. If that sees another green day as it has the last couple, that'll lead the RSI into a true signal. Push a little more. Swiss franc Japanese yen coming with the signal now. Very similar to what we got on the Euro yen, apart from the Euro is a lot close to the 200 moving average. We can't get into it, but potentially a nice signal. Australian dollar, Swiss franc, that's almost coming with the sell signal. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, wow, that is close to a sell trade. RSI at 94.48. That signal might still come yet, 38 minutes until the close. No signals for us to take as we look at it now, but we are going to come back right before the end of the day and just see if this Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar signal comes. Price below the average, RSI now 94.6, it's so close. Could well push right at the end, 94.72 again. With just 1 minute to go until the end of the day, the close of the candle, the RSI still isn't above 95, currently at 94.48. If a green candle comes tomorrow though, that would be enough to get the RSI above 95. Give us a good signal. We don't mind waiting with this one. Last time we were in a trade on this chart, could have done with getting in at a higher price, so we don't mind hanging on for it. Makes sense to me, so we will come back in 24 hours time, see how our Euro Yen trade's getting on, and see if we've got an entry on this chart right here. Day 37, a little bit better, but not enough. If anything, it just looks like a setup candle for a further drop. But prove us wrong, Euro Yen, prove us wrong. It doesn't look good at $77 down. Maybe we've got some trades on the other charts. Let's find out. Euro Great British Pound goes fairly oversold. RSI down at 2.08. The last 3 days, look at that. What a drop. Fall from grace from the gains that the Euro made before. Can't take this signal because it's filtered out by the moving average. But it'd be interesting to see if price does break through the support level or not. Same story on the Euro US dollar. Big day's drop. RSI as low as 0.73. Can we get it much lower? No signal for us. Again, we're filtered out, of course. Great British Pound Swiss franc giving us the signal, though. RSI 96.13, price below the moving average. Gives us a chance to sell. Aussie dollar NZD comes through with a sell signal as well. RSI at 96.6. Doesn't have to compete with the pound Swiss franc and doesn't clash with the Euro yen. We have got a signal with the pound New Zealand dollar pair as well. That's a sell-off, which does match up with the fact that we want to sell off the pound against the Swiss franc, buy the New Zealand dollar against the Australian dollar, and we'd rather be in 2 trades than 1, so we are going to set aside the pound New Zealand dollar pair and go in with these other 2 trades. Let's get the ATR up for the Great British Pound Swiss franc. The reading on that is 94.4 pips. Let's measure out 1% of our risk to that figure, and you can see that calculated on screen now. So it'll be 1 sell trade at 0.09 standard loss. Same for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar pair. Much lower ATR in this one, 54.1 pips. And it's another sell trade for us here. So we are able to leave ourselves in 3 trades overnight. If there was ever a time to get back our losses, now will be it. If we could come back in 24 hours time and find all of these to be in profit, we'll be back then. Day 38. Good news and bad news on our 3 trades. We'll start with our old Euro Japanese Yen trade. This one is the baddest. This one is the worst. Deep day of selling off, and now we're about $155 down total on it. Pretty concerning, and the 5-period average far from our entry price now. Need that green day to come tomorrow. Pound Swiss franc, this one's not great. Another strong day for the pound, but has receded from the highs, and the 5-period moving average is still well below our entry price. RSI now up at 97.35, and the trade is about $34 down total. We'll let it be. And the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. This is our good news. This is the one that we're going to be closing down. Day 1, the prices immediately come down for us. It's the exact type of trade we want, and even just got a little bit extra there. We will shut it down. So a bit much on the commission, $3.46 and 44 cents lost on the swap as well. But total 87.34. It's a good amount to get and fairly similar to a lot of the other ones that we've had. So we are done with that one. 2 trades still open, but let's see if we've got any other entry signals. Euro Great British Pound gets even more oversold. RSI yesterday was 4.58 and now it's down at 1.09. Got to be a reversal sooner or later. Really makes you want to get into it, but we are still filtered out. Same with the Euro US dollar. RSI down at 0.75. People fed up with the euro. They want it gone. Pound New Zealand dollar come with a genuine signal. Can't take it because we're already selling off the pound in favour of the Swiss franc. But it's there for the taking if that's what you're after. No new trades, so we'll just stick with these two. And we'll come back tomorrow to see if they're getting any better. Day 39. And we are going to be able to get out of this Euro Japanese Yen trade. Price creeping above the 5-period moving average. And I think we're getting off quite lightly at this stage. When price was down here, it looked really grim. And it's still not the best, but it could have been a lot worse. So there it goes, $80, 28-cent loss when you include the commission and the swap. Not our finest moment, but actually our least damaging loss. As for our pound Swiss franc trade, it is right on our entry price. You can't even see the line because the bid price line is right on top of it. We're $6 down. And so hopefully now this is the return. Another steep red day tomorrow before the weekend. Get it closed off some good profits, maybe $60, $70. We can only hope. Let's check those other charts. Pound US dollar creeping closer. Now RSI up at 92.05. Don't really want it to push up more, to be fair, because it's not a signal we can take, and it would mean that the pound is actually getting stronger. We want the pound to weaken, so bring it down. If you're in on this trade here, Swiss franc Japanese yen pair, you'd be getting out now. You wouldn't really be making any money. Be very tight. Your Australian dollar, though, we could see a strong green day tomorrow. Maybe give us a sell-off up here. Wouldn't mind that for a signal. Not too much action though. We got to stick it out with the pound Swiss franc and hope that that trade gets us our profits. We'll be back tomorrow. Day 40, end of the week, and our pound Swiss franc trade can't quite close it yet. It has been a red day. We're about $1 up overall, but price mostly above the moving average. It's slightly on top of it, on top of the top of it. We're only going to close if it's below the 5-period moving average. That low of the day does look like it would have been quite nice to close it there. But that's fine. We can believe that this is just a pure setup for us to see red and see a lot of it. Maybe get 80 or 90 pips going. Yes, please. No action for the trade. Let's check those charts. On the Euro Japanese Yen, I said yesterday that we were lucky to get out of it when we did. And here's the proof. What a drop today. It's gone for almost 200 pips to the low. Has receded a bit, but still, you'd be a long way from a close now. Good for us. Pound Yen moving in on the signal. Could see a red day come on Monday. And if price can push down but not get below the moving average, could find our way into a buy signal. Pound CAD still threatening that signal. Alright, no extras for us. Let's see this pound Swiss franc trade get going. Get going in the good way. We'll be back next week. For now, let's check out this week in the journal. Our updated journal at the end of week 7, and it's a bit of an improvement. We were at about $262 down last week, now $255. We closed off one winning trade, one losing trade, and our winning trade on the Aussie New Zealand dollar, that got us more gains than the losses we took on the Euro Yen pair, which again was very lucky, by the way. We saw the damage done to the Euro Yen. If we hadn't got out of it when we did, well, I don't think it would end well. So the fact that we did manage to eke out of it for half the losses of these other losing trades that we suffered at the start of the strategy makes us feel not too bad. But we are reliant currently on the pound Swissy. Judging from the gains that we've had from other trades, it's going to take us about 3 winners to get back into it. And it's very possible we are on the up and up. So let's come back on Monday and carry on with it all.